Hello and welcome back to Josh on YouTube. Today we're going to be talking all things about the grip. Now, the grip for me has three different positions. You've got that weak grip, the one where the hands are super over the club, almost towards the target. Then you've got the one that's quite strong, the other side of the handle, the hands are quite far behind it. This is a super strong grip right here. Then you've got neutral, that V is almost pointing towards your right shoulder and you're in a pretty neutral position here. So three different grip styles, and that is all going to create three different release patterns. Now, if you're someone that has a strong grip, you've probably got quite a closed club face, you're probably going to want to hold that bad boy off. You're going to want to hold the face because it's already shut in the downswing, and you're going to have to hold on tight to find that middle of the golf club and hit a straight shot. If you're someone with a weak grip, the bipolar opposite, you're opening the face in the backswing, you can now actually release that club head through. You're probably going to need to release it, otherwise you're going to hit that high right, and that release is very important for that grip style. So very important to add that when you create a grip, you create a release. So you've got to match that up with what you do. Not to say that either or is right or wrong. And as I always say in my videos, you've got to find one that works for you. So for me, something like a neutral grip is where I find I play my best golf. If I'm somewhere in the middle of all of that jazz, I'm not too strong, I'm not too weak, I know I'm going to be in that kind of middle ground. I'm going to have a lot of control over the club face and workability with the golf ball and my release as well. So let's talk strong grip first. You're in a strong grip position, probably going to be behind the golf ball. This is where you're going to play your best golf, is by holding it off. Now, what I mean by holding it off is the club face, when it's going through impact, you're holding onto that. Now, you can do this a couple of ways. For me, holding off has always been best by extending my right arm. So as I come through impact, I don't let this right arm bend around my body. The right arm has to stay straight, hold on to that face. And actually, if you can dial this one in, it's a pretty safe golf shot to hit. I sometimes do it when I'm under pressure and just try and hold on to the golf ball. So you're in that strong grip position here, and I'm just going to extend the right arm and hold on to it. Now, see a lot of tour pros do it as well. Tommy Fleetwood just won last week. He's a perfect example of someone that really extends that right arm, holds off a lot of golf shots. This is not to say that either or is right or wrong. Again, they find patterns that work for them, and same as you guys at home, you got to find something that works for you. So that strong grip one is definitely one to play around with. We're going to talk a little bit about strong grip with the driver now, and you've got to find this release pattern, otherwise it's going to be a tough day for you. So strong grip with the driver. Now, you have got to be hitting a fade when you've got a strong grip. Do not try and draw it. It's going to lead to a world of problems. If you're in that strong grip pattern, you're holding it off, the fade is the golf shot for you. Okay, so what you're going to do is just aim left now. We're going to get that strong grip. Go low T-peg, just helps us drive it through. You're probably going to hit these quite low, so recommend getting some loft with the driver. You don't want to try and lift this up, because we're going to be holding it off and hitting this like cover fade out there. So it's a very safe shot off the tee, but we're going to be aiming left, strong grip. And what we're going to do is same again. We're going to just drive through, hold left, swing left, extend this right arm, and just hold on to that face. Should be able to just hit a nice little butter cut down the middle. Let's see if we can hit one. Beautiful fade. And that is a pretty safe golf shot, one that works for a lot of guys on the tour and one that might suit you at home. So that definitely is a pattern. The strong grip pattern works for a lot of golfers. Not to say that it's right or wrong, but that's going to be how you hit the golf ball with a strong grip. Let's talk a little bit about weak grip now. Okay, now we're going to go super weak grip. Hands are almost over, like I say, towards the target way. this is going to be definitely something you're going to have to release a lot different to the strong grip. So let's get into this weak grip pattern. Now, I know that on the backswing, this club head is probably going to open. So on the way through, what do we have to do? We have to close that down. For me, a good feeling what I've got is definitely this left wrist. I like to feel like this left wrist kind of uncups on the downswing. So I'm almost going into a flexion in the downswing. This just helps me close the club head. You can see from wrist angles, let's go super hinged and then go into flexion here. You can see that club head closes down. If I go into extension there, club face wide open, flexion there, it's nice and close. So you've got to have an understanding of what you've got to do to close that club face. For me, it's all in the left wrist. That's the way I feel it. So we're going to go super weak grip. And this is actually a lovely pattern to have. I love this. The draw pattern looks so pure when you're out on the golf course. And we're going to go into the backswing. I know this is going to open. Probably going to start this one right. So realistically, when I'm weak grip, I'm doing the opposite to fade. I'm actually going to aim 5 yards, 10 yards right. We're going to hit just a beautiful little draw in there. And there we go. Beautiful little draw. Back onto the target. And that is what the weak grip pattern is. So you've got to find the release to the grip. Now we're going to go into driver. Really similar to the iron, but we're going to hit another driver and just explain it there. So we're in weak grip with the driver. We know this one is going to open in the backswing. For me, let's get the wrist into flexion, close that club head down, and then we're going to release it through. And this is going to be another little draw. This is the draw pattern. So for me, you've got a strong grip fade pattern, weak grip draw pattern. That's how I've found it works. And a lot of guys on tour, you know, they match it up with the grip patterns and the release. So we're going to go into this weaker grip. We're going to aim 5 to 10 yards right, maybe a little bit more with driver. And then we know it's going to open in the backswing and then close it down on the follow through. And there we go. Beautiful tight draw. And that is a really, really nice golf shot to have in the bag. I love the draw. For me, this is the one that works. Now, the neutral grip, I don't really need to talk about because it's kind of in between the two. You know, you've got the strong grip fade pattern, weak grip draw pattern, neutral right in the middle. You know, it speaks for itself. You're going to hit pretty straight balls. But that neutral one is definitely a tough one to play with. Just remember, it's a lot harder to stand there and hit a dead straight golf shot than it is to shape it one way. So even though that I'm neutral, I still try and find myself to have one pattern. I'm not standing there and hitting dead straight golf shots. I'm standing there with a shot in my head. What way do I want this to shape? I want it to go right to left. That is my pattern at the minute, the draw. So everything that I hit should be going right to left when I'm playing well. If you see me hitting a fade, you know I'm not swinging well, because that's when I get that strong grip back and I try and drag that left arm and I'm hitting cuts, which is not the shot that I want to play. I've found a hell of a lot more consistency from that weaker grip side. So you've got to find what works for you. If you did enjoy that video, please be sure to smash the like button. Subscribe, it's free, and we will see you all for the next one.
If I'm being honest, loving you